Alright guys, buckle up. This is going to be a really long one. I'm sorry, there's just no way to do this one short. I'm finally back in the temple doing my normal review thing. I'm no longer doing whatever the other storyline was. We're just going normal review. And today I saw Borderlands, what has to be maybe the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's not actually an exaggeration. On the way home, me and my brother, who saw it with me, were discussing the film, and we realized that we thought it was worse than Avatar: The Last Airbender, the 2008 live-action movie. So that's where we were at. The film is actually so incredibly terrible that it's genuinely kind of impressive at certain points, and then it sort of plateaus into like such pure mediocrity and just general shittiness that like you almost forget that you're watching a film. It's like almost like a transcendent appearance, like your body and soul just sort of separating from each other. And then Claptrap says a joke that's so bad it sort of tethers you back into reality, and you're forced to contend with the fact that you exist on the same corporeal flame as that you exist on the same corporeal. Oh my god. That you exist on the same corporeal plane as Eli Roth, the man who made this movie. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of Borderlands. I'm kind of nostalgic for it. It's just not high art. It's dumb, kind of silly little video game. I don't know how they butchered it so badly. Like, it's actually kind of impressive. Like, this movie should be studied by scientists in, like, a lab. Let me get into it. Let's get into details. So, first off, the casting. I mean, everyone already knows about this. This was made fun of when the trailer dropped, but, good God, it was even worse than I was expecting. Even Jack Black is bad in this movie. I mean, Kevin Hart, I mean, duh. I don't even think I need to say more. Just the comparison of these two characters. And if you were thinking that maybe Kevin Hart was going to try to play the character from the game, it just look completely off, he doesn't. He plays Kevin Hart, and badly. I don't know how someone could play themselves poorly, but Kevin Hart manages to pull it off in this film. I wouldn't even blame him for that. It's a director issue, because every single actor in this entire film gives a terrible, awful, no good, very bad performance, including Cate Blanchett, who absolutely is the worst of the worst in the film, except for the bad guy Atlas. We'll get to that. Also, I'm going to spoil this whole movie, but please, for the love of God, don't see this. This is me like actively asking you not to go see this thing. It's horrible. It's literally reprehensible. It is not funny. I mean, it does have its moments, but it's really on the whole not funny. It's not good. It's not worth seeing. Don't give them money. Don't reward this kind of behavior. Don't do it. I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10. Just throwing it out there. So now I'm going to spoil the whole thing. Not that there's much plot here to begin with. So Roland is terrible. He's nothing like his game character. He's genuinely awful. His jokes are unfunny, but I mean, he's not alone in that. Every joke in this entire film is unfunny. Cate Blanchett, genuinely horrible performance. Like, I'm trying to even think of what they compare it to. Like Tommy Wiseau in The Room, but not quite that bad. Her dialogue and delivery is so stilted. It's like Mark Wahlberg in The Happening. Like, what? No! Like that kind of like just horrible delivery. She's awful. The Jack Black as Claptrap is I mean, mostly failed by writing, but also, why did they not just get the original voice actor? It's a voice character. Just bring back the original guy. Everyone would have loved that. What's the problem here, really? So, his dialogue is abhorrent. I mean, horrible. There's only so many words I can use to say bad. The jokes are just awful. I'm trying to even remember a single joke he made to point out how bad they are, but like, it's like I've been hit by the Men in Black neuralizer. Like, I am completely erased. Like, it's already fading from... Oh, God, can I remember one joke from the movie? The Claptrap says, "Wow, we almost died. Dude, that was crazy. Hey, look," points to a dead body. "That guy died." That's the kind of jokes we're dealing with. Did you laugh at that? Did you laugh at that? Because that's really what you're going to get. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just zonked out, dude. This movie, man. Alright, what else? What else happens in this movie? So the main bad guy comes, and he reminds me so much of the Madam Web villain. The way he talks like this, and he talks like he's always being ADR'd. It's the same sort of thing. It's just a very bad performance. I mean, horrible performance. And his motivations are terrible. The movie is, like, written in such a way that, like, every single character's motivations are like said out loud. Like Tiny Tina is constantly like, I'm special, I'm the chosen one, I'm the chosen one. She says it so much that it becomes very, very obvious that she's not the chosen one. It's a subversion. So of course when that happens in the third act, you're just like, at one point Roland like dies, like he gets ripped apart by a bunch of psychos. And then later in the movie, he comes flying down on a helicopter and he like saves the day for 2 seconds. But the thing was, they never like explain how he's alive or like how he got away. He just sort of is. The miscastings actually get kind of worse than Roland. Forgetting the character's name now, showing what I know, like the kind of nutty professor doctor obsessed with the sirens. What is her name? But whatever, they've got Jamie Lee Curtis playing her, an actress who is probably 50 years older than the character and looks nothing like her. It's a bold casting choice, I'll give them that. The only two characters that are cast even remotely well is Tiny Tina, who's admittedly trying her heart out, and she's got nothing to work with, literally nothing to work with. And then we've got... the psycho whose name is Craig, I think. They gave him stuff. He was fine, I guess. This movie sucked. It was so terrible. I'm trying to even like remember elements of it. The action is all right, and I'll give it some compliments real fast. The set design and costume design and prop design is actually incredible. It's so good that I'm actually disappointed it's in this bad at my movie because it's completely read down by writing. The writing in this movie is like, I often when I make my writing reviews say, hey, watch a bad movie to sort of learn how not to write, right? You watch something awful and you're like, okay, don't do this, this, and this. So you need something really amateurish to sort of do that. It's like, this is how you don't do exposition. This is how you don't do character development. This is my poster movie for that. I would recommend watching this movie to learn how not to write. It's like really perfect for that. Like it's actually like ideal for that, honestly. I'm trying to, like, this movie is such a nothing burger. I can't even remember anything that happened in it. God, it was so boring. Like, there's only so many ways I can say it's boring and unfunny. I'm trying to, like, even sitting here right now, I'm struggling to remember anything to the movie. At one point, we see Axe body spray product placement, which is bold, and the movie set in the cyberpocalypse future. I think that's really all I have to say. I can't. Movies kind of sapped my personality away. I can't like even process what was happening in the film. Claptrap shits bullets for 5 minutes. Bullets are coming out of his butt. That goes on for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes of that. Oh, don't look, don't look. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Don't look, don't look. Bullets are just shit coming out of his ass. At one point, the main villain throws his coat open and says, I have the Ultra Shield. And my brother laughed because he thought it was supposed to be a joke. And then after the movie, I explained that I don't think it was supposed to be a joke, and he wound up agreeing. It was not supposed to be a joke, but it was the funniest thing that happened in the movie. There's two good jokes. The Ultra Shield joke, which again was not a joke. And then this character who's like been the most nothing female bad guy randomly decides to flip to the good guy side at the end. She's like, I won't stand for this, and immediately gets vaporized. That was funny. I think that was on purpose. Given how the rest of the movie was, though, it's really unclear. That's really all I have to say. This is literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, if not the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Relative to its budget, it's up there with like Phantom Menace. Do not see Borderlands. This deserves to crash and burn. It's so pathetic. I hate everything about it, but it is kind of funny at certain times, like ironically. But if you need a lesson in how not to write, wait for this movie to come onto streaming for free and watch it there. Like when it goes to Tubi inevitably. Just watch it there. I've been Bjorn. This is a 1 out of 10. I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.